Look what just arrived, the Baroque. Sounds like me through college. I was Baroque. The Busey design, 2022. Pretty minimalist on the outside. Let's go on the inside. Let's see if it's minimalist on the inside too. Hopefully not. So it opens up nice, very nice Baroque tarot deck. This deck calls the user, hello? To care for their soul, ooh, with much love. To open their heart and mind, to learn their lessons and better themselves. Okay. All right, comes with a little book. It is a little book. Ooh, it's in color. Very cool. Very nice indeed. The little booklet is a little white book. It is 89 pages. And it has a little bit on each card, it looks like. Very cool indeed. So let's open it up and see. Oh my, that is very pretty indeed. They did not go Baroque in making this deck because that's some fancy stuff there. Nicely done with the gold edging. There's the back. Everybody asks what the back looks like. That is your answer. Card quality is, it is not too bad. Comes up to here. It feels good in the hands. The reflectiveness and sort of the, yeah, this just feels good. Very, very quality. It screams quality. It feels quality. It has a very good feel to it. So let's take a look at it. We got the Fool and the Magician. Very kind of minimalist. I'm kind of surprised. From the previous deck to this one, they kind of went a little minimal. A little bit of a variance there. Still looks good. I'm just kind of surprised that it's more muted, very muted kind of colors. We got the Empress action there. Gold trim is just beautiful. Very, very nice indention and everything else. We got the Emperor, which, you know, for Ram, does look pretty cool. I kind of like the positioning and the expressions and whatnot. The Hierophant, it kind of reminds me, it's sort of, you know, it kind of reminds me of some other sort of very minimalist kind of decks. Like normally the Lovers, you're going to have a lot of, you know, sort of a decoration. You can have a lot of poignancy, have a lot of very vibrant things going on, but it's just really toned down. Very toned down. And I like that it's not toned down via like mist, right? Like you have in some of the other decks where they just put a lot of mist over everything. So they'll have a vibrant card, they'll tone it down with some mist. I like that it has a very unique design to it. We got the Strength card and the Hermit. The Hermit is cool, almost has a little bit of a Eight of Cups feel to there. Wheel of Fortune, very nice background, very sort of minimalist, very muted colors. And then we have Justice card. Yeah, very pretty. Hanged Man is interesting. It's interesting. Normally you'll have the illumination around their head will be more white or yellow-ish type, but it's very against muted. It's kind of like a something attached to them rather than an after effect. We have the Death card riding in. Interesting indeed. We have the Temperance card. The Devil. Okay. Got a couple of masks with that. The Devil's sort of up there. We have the Tower with the crown kind of falling off of the tower, the people falling off as well. The big storm. The Star. It's interesting. Instead of kind of stars, they almost look like a mural hanging above them. So that's kind of interesting. The Moon. So, yeah. And then we have the Sun. Very muted. Normally the Sun is the card where you just go all out. You're like full vibrancy, full yellow, bright, beautiful. A Judgment. We do have more of a light in this than the other cards. It's interesting just how much mist is going on here below the Angel. And then we have the World. Okay, very muted greens. Indeed. So Ace of Pentacles, we're starting out with the Pentacles suit. Got a Two of Pentacles, balancing. We got the ships in the background. Three of Pentacles, That's interesting that she's seated. He or she is seated. I don't think I've ever seen that. I mean, normally they're seated in the 8, but I rarely see them seated in the 3. Normally they're standing on something, in this case a pillar. It looks like they're seated. I mean, their foot's down there, which is interesting. I can't remember ever seeing a seated 3 in an elevated position. It's kind of cool. 4 of Pentacles, a throne. Rarely do you see the 4 of Pentacles on a throne. It sort of really culminates that feeling of closed-inness, unavailability, very guarded. The throne guards the 2 sides of their body in addition to the pentacles guarding the rest. 5 of Pentacles, we have the, pretty standard there. 6 of Pentacles, kind of standard. We are giving, we are balancing it out. We do have 2 beggars. 7 of Pentacles, digging the hole and planting it. Very sort of viridian green too. Not much vibrancy in there. Muted colors pretty much the whole way through, I guess. The 8, kind of cool. The 9, we have the traditional bird there. Does not look like a gloved hand. It is on the opposite end, which is kind of interesting. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. So the elderly family, the cityscape, the dog, the children, just the whole combo there. Page of Pentacles grasping onto there. Knight of Pentacles, no wheat field in the background, but they are looking at the pentacle. The Queen of Pentacle with the rabbit. We got a King of Pentacles and a Ace of Cups. Wow. So JD, what does JD stand for? Now I'm kind of curious. Is that a JD? Yeah, it looks like a JD to me. 2 of Cups, the connection, which is pretty traditional here. Sort of holding the cups out. 3 of Cups with the fall harvest. Holding up the cup, one person not holding up the cup, which is kind of interesting. 4 of Cups, the hand offering through the mist. And the 5 of Cups with the bridge, I assume, in the background and the cityscape in the back. The 6 with the elder sister kind of handing it to the younger sister. No guard over here, or is there? Maybe that's the guard. As you usually have a patrol on the left side. Maybe that's the patrol. Let me take a look. Maybe. They're usually holding a cane. Again, very muted. 7 of Cups, sort of reached out. A little bit of a Roman outfit here. Do have all the traditional stuff there. And then the 8. Excuse me. So the 8, walking in the opposite direction that they usually walk. Got a 9 and a 10. The celebration, the open land, the small house. Page of Cups with the traditional fish. We have a Knight of Cups. Interesting. We have a Queen of Cups. And the King, isolated in their own little section there. Ace of Wands, yeah, pretty traditional there. 2 of Wands, ooh, interesting. Levitating the globe rather than holding it, which I think is kind of interesting. Maybe you are on the top of a tower. I just can't tell. It looks more like a top of a hill than a tower. Very muted, very hazy. All the cards are so hazy, you're kind of struggling to see a lot of the details. The 3 of Wands, it's interesting that the wand is on the back rather than on the side there. 4 of Wands with the happy home, happy family. Celebration is outside of the innards of that, which is pretty standard. 5 of Wands. It doesn't look like we're in real combat. It just looks like we're kind of standing around, I guess. Interesting. The 6 of Wands, the celebration. The people are really high up. Normally the people are not that high up, but that's interesting that they are almost even with the Rider. That's kind of interesting. Seven of Wands, it's being defensive. Eight of Wands, the eternal movement. You got the 9 with no bandage, which is interesting. So sort of injured, but standing there. The 10 is holding everything, and I assume that's a city in the background. Page of Wands is interesting. Knight is actually pretty cool. I really kind of wish that they would have gone more color themed. So the wands would have been red, the cups would have been more blue. I mean, you do have a level of blue, but it's really, really, really subtle. So all the colors are so muted that they all sort of blend into me. Queen of Wands, there's the black cat, I believe. I see the eyes. And the King of Wands. And finally, we got the swords. We got an ace, and then a 2 with the blindfold in the 2. 3, very cute, almost like a Game of Thrones throne kind of thing. Yeah, the 3, good penetration of the heart, I gotta say. The 4, I can't say I've ever seen that pattern there before. You do have sort of the crypt almost, and that you do have the window. 5 of Swords, the lady defeating somebody else, I guess. 6 with the journey through the water. The 7 sneaking out of the circus. The 8 is interesting. Okay. Very sort of Italian Renaissance painting look. 9 of Swords, the quilt does not have a lot of the pattern that you usually see. The 10 of Swords with the finality of the 10 of Swords and the dreary kind of background there that goes along with it. Page, Knight, Queen. The Queen is very sort of pointed, very action oriented there, which is kind of interesting. And the King, very pretty deck. Pretty deck, muted colors. Interesting. It's interesting. I like the book. I think the book covers just enough of what the book needs to cover. I like that it is in color, and it does have enough of a text to where you're kind of going in strong there. So overall, I like this. Very pretty. Another Lamusi design hit, in my opinion. It's interesting just how I'm kind of wondering why they muted the colors this much. I mean, but overall card quality is good. Edging is great. Box is fantastic. Book is great. We got a winner. We got a winner. Very, very pretty. The back design reminds me of some of the gold trimmed decks that I use all the time on the stream. I can't wait to get this on the table. Definitely something that has made a good impression on me. What do you think about the Baroque Tarot deck? Thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.